Right now on News 3, a dangerous trend popping up all across the country and here in Madison.
Plus, the family of late comedian and Madison native Chris Farley files a federal lawsuit against Trek Bicycle. We'll tell you what it's alleging.
And later, another lawsuit. The developer of the Judge Doyle Square project downtown now suing the city of Madison.
This is News 3 at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. It's been a problem recently that doesn't seem to be going away. Police tonight are investigating yet another incident of paintballs being shot at random victims, possibly from a moving vehicle. Officers say 3 cars were hit with light blue paintballs yesterday. One mother was at an ATM drive-through near Mineral Point Road when her car was hit. 2 other cars were hit near Odana and Gammon Roads. And these are just the most recent cases. Several others were reported in the past few weeks. All right, Amy Reed joins us in studio tonight with what police are saying about this increase in paintball attacks. Amy?
Police have made arrests for some of the older cases a few weeks back, but they're still looking for the people responsible for the attacks over the last few days. If you're at home thinking this is a lot, you're right. Police agree, and they said this is part of a nationwide trend. You can still see the paint left over from a paintball shooting on Monday. This is the ATM at the corner of Mineral Point and Gammon Roads, just one of many paintball shootings in the last few weeks. Police have found some of the responsible parties from weeks ago, but are still trying to find the people who started this most recent attack. Police believe this is part of a larger trend coming in from bigger cities.
Certainly, when it's happening somewhere else, it trickles down, it gets to Madison, and certainly we may be seeing some young people who are mimicking what they're hearing and seeing in other big cities.
Jeff Jackson is a big fan of paintball. He manages Apocalypse Paintball in Poynette. He said he doesn't think this is coming from someone in the paintball community.
Actions of the people doing these shootings don't reflect the actual way the game is played or the actual paintball community. He
said the gear regular players use is usually expensive and bought locally. He thinks the people shooting on the street likely got their gear from a big box store. Another indicator that might be true is the color of the paint on the ATM. It's a light colored blue, which he said usually comes from Dick's Sporting Goods. While the police are investigating this as a crime, if it is just a new player, Jackson has some advice.
I think anybody who wants to shoot a paintball gun at another person should, like I said, find a place to do it safely or don't do it at all.
Police said to keep a lookout for a dark-colored SUV, maybe a Chevy Equinox, and call them if you see someone suspicious driving one. Now, another concern they had was these guns can look very real, and they're worried someone might up actually getting hurt.
Amy Reed joining us in studio tonight. Amy, thank you.
The family of late comedian and film star Chris Farley has filed a federal lawsuit against Trek Bicycle. The family says when Trek named its fat tire bikes Farley, they misappropriated his name and traded on his Fat Guy brand of comedy. The lawsuit originated in California, but a judge ordered that it be heard in Madison instead. Chris Farley was born and raised in Madison, only about 30 miles from Waterloo, where Trek is based. Also new at 10, members of the Madison Common Council are asking questions tonight about Madison Water Utilities' $6 million deficit. The general manager of Madison Water says the budget shortfall exists because the utility overestimated its 2017 revenue during the budgeting process, not because it overspent.
We simply took our focus off of cash as we were working to catch up in other areas of finance, close out construction work orders, be ready for a clean audit, and bring new staff up to speed.
Madison Water is hoping to close the deficit by selling several properties the utility owns and trying to get a low-interest loan from the city. No decisions were made at tonight's meeting. An update to our breaking news from last night. One worker was injured and taken to the hospital with burns following the commercial structure fire at Lindy. That's an industrial gas supplier in Beloit. Town of Beloit fire crews said that there was heavy fire and significant smoke coming from a large electrical room when they arrived. 15 fire departments were on scene for 2.5 hours. Well, let's get a look at our first alert forecast on a beautiful Tuesday night. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield in the Weather Center.
The air is so crisp outside. It is beautiful tonight. Great night for maybe a walk or a run. Anything that you have outside tonight is looking just fantastic. Weather track, not too many clouds around today. Partly cloudy skies will be with us tonight, but not producing any rain just yet. Temperatures are already down into the upper 50s. East-southeast winds at 8 miles per hour in Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam. Dew points in the 40s. Very, very comfortable outside. Temperatures in some other spots were already well into the 40s in Waukesha at 46, a little bit closer to Milwaukee at 51. 66 in Platteville, still at 70 in Prairie du Chien, so a wide range of temperatures. That's about 20 to 25 degrees cooler than this time on Monday in some spots, especially close to Lake Michigan. As I mentioned, comfortable dew points, comfortable air in town. That will change as we head into the back half of the work week with more humid air on the way. Wind speed's not too bad tonight. We did have that lake breeze earlier, but that has subsided, as you might expect, with winds right now at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your day planner starting off in the 40s for some of us with some sunshine. Then as we head into the afternoon and evening tomorrow, a couple of showers and thunderstorms could be with us. Coming up, we will time out those thunderstorm chances, plus talk about more unsettled weather on the way in your First Alert forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Dave, thank you. The developer of the Judge Doyle Square project downtown is now suing the city of Madison. According to court documents, the developer, Beitler Real Estate Services of Chicago, filed the suit yesterday. It comes after the Madison City Council approved an additional $11 million for a portion of the project. The lawsuit alleges the city violated its agreement with Beitler by approving that money, which would be for a privately funded portion of the project. The lawsuit asking the federal court to halt the city from going forward. A retired former Fort Atkinson and Madison priest heading to trial now, charged with 6 counts of second-degree sexual assault of a child. 65-year-old William Nolan appeared in Jefferson County Court this morning, where a judge found probable cause for a trial to continue. Nolan arrested in May on suspicion of sexually assaulting a boy for 5 years, beginning when the boy was just 12 years old. The now 25-year-old victim reported the alleged incidents to police in April. Nolan is scheduled to be back in court July 12th.
No charges will be filed against a Madison school teacher who's accused of sexually assaulting a student more than 5 years ago. Dane County District Attorney Ishmael Ozan says they will not prosecute 51-year-old Terry Fay, saying there is insufficient evidence to charge him. According to a criminal complaint, the assault happened in 2012 when the student was 10. Fay has been on administrative leave from his position as a 5th grade teacher at Leopold Elementary since his arrest in October. And in New York today, Harvey Weinstein, the disgraced filmmaker, has pleaded not guilty to rape and criminal sex act charges. Dozens of women have accused him. Many of them are still under investigation. Weinstein is denying all allegations. His lawyer has challenged the credibility of the alleged victims.
Kate Spade, the fashion designer, died today. According to the New York Police Department, she was found dead in an apartment of an apparent suicide, found by her housekeeper just after 10 a.m. Best known for handbags, Kate Spade started the company that now has more than 140 retail shops and outlet stores all across the country, including one at Hilldale Mall in Madison. Kate Spade was 55 years old. Police are reminding homeowners to keep their garages and doors locked after a string of recent thefts they believe are all connected. Homeowners reported someone going through unlocked garages and cars and using unlocked doors to get into homes. Police suspect 3 different thefts near Ice Age Trail, Sabertooth Trail, and Mammoth Trail are connected. In each case, thieves targeted electronics and money.
The Green Bay Public School Board says it is against a proposal to place armed guards in the district's schools. The Green Bay Police Chief proposed the idea in February, a week after the shooting in Parkland, Florida that killed 17 people. The chief estimated the cost would be $2.5 million a year.
No! Okay, Seeker. What can I do to help you?
The UW-Madison Police Department is the first police department in Dane County to go through a new type of de-escalation training. Only a handful of departments in the Midwest have done this. It aims to change the way officers think about use of force. Although officers are not mental health professionals, they are being trained to realize when someone is in a crisis and how to help them calm down.
They've kind of assessed the scene. They know that as things currently stand, things are stable enough that now is the time where we start engaging and having those conversations verbally, one human being to another human being, all looking for the same resolution.
The department sent 5 officers to get certified in this training called Integrating Communications, Assessment, and Tactics, or ICAT. Those officers are now training the entire department.
Trinity Lutheran Church in Milwaukee will live on. The church announced this week they will not demolish the 140-year-old building that was damaged by a fire last month. They will rebuild. Watching the fire consume the building, it seemed impossible it could be saved, especially after the roof and a steeple collapsed. But engineers say the fire looked worse than it was, and they can save that building. Madison's only cat cafe will be closing next month. Cat Cafe Matt on Monroe Street announced on Facebook today it'll close in mid-July. According to that post, the cafe will be switching to self-serve coffee and tea on June 30th. The new home of the Milwaukee Bucks says it is committed to protecting the environment, announcing today no plastic straws at events. Management officials say it'll also use compostable food packaging as part of its sustainability program, which will be unveiled in its entirety as opening day approaches in the fall.
The city of Stoughton wants to transform a stretch of the Yahara River into a whitewater rapid park if all gets approved. A 1,000-foot stretch of river between South 4th Street and Mant Parkway will get a makeover with new beaches, a path, and re-engineered to have rapids. The city says the project is widely supported by citizens and even local business owners.
A lot of people like to get out there and try new things, and this is an opportunity to do it in a very safe and controlled way.
The entire cost of the project is $2.1 million and could be finished by 2020. Still to come tonight, an NBA Hall of Famer coming to Madison this month. We'll tell you who and why.
Plus a surprise visit at an area nursing home, the story behind it when we come back.
Welcome back. An unusual and for some laughable moment for the Middleton School District this weekend.
Hundreds of graduates received a diploma with a bit of a mystery inside. A district spokesman said about 400 of the 500 graduates got diplomas that included a drawing of some random school. According to pictures of that diploma obtained by News 3, the outside of the diploma was just fine, but the inside drawing included this mountainous landscape and a building that does not appear to represent any in the Middleton Cross Plains School District. Dane County Humane Society has been selected to be a part of a national pet owner support program to help underserved communities with pet care needs. The National Pets for Life program will begin providing free veterinary resources and supplies to pet owners in the 53713 zip code in the city of Madison. A Dane County spokeswoman says some of the support services include spaying and neutering pets, basic veterinary wellness care, as well as pet supplies.
A $12 million initiative to help keep Madison's lakes and streams clean kicks off today. The Suck the Muck Clean Lakes effort aims to clean up 33 miles of streams that feed phosphorus directly in the lakes. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says the work will remove nearly 900,000 pounds of phosphorus. A special performer announced today for the American Family Insurance Championship later this month. Former NBA star Shaquille O'Neal will perform at the golf tournament's benefit concert at Breeze Stevens Field on June 22nd. According to a release from organizers, Shaq will serve as disc jockey for the concert. He will also make an appearance at University Ridge earlier in the day.
The Overture Center is sending out a casting call searching for 2 girls to perform the role of Lulu for an upcoming show. According to a release, the Tony Award-nominated musical Waitress is premiering at Overture July 24th, and the search for Lulu will take place June 20th. Each child will audition by reading 2 lines from the show. Overture says candidates need to be shorter than 4 feet 2 inches and no older than 5 years and 3 months of age. The days of the Miss America swimsuit competition are over. The new all-female leadership of the Miss America organization announced a change today, saying it will no longer judge contestants on their appearance. Instead of wearing swimsuits, the contestants will discuss their goals and achievements with the judges in an effort to capture the crown. And speaking of swimsuits, a long-distance swimmer set off from the coast of Japan today. He's on his way to California in hopes of becoming the first person to swim across the Pacific. Ben Lecomte, a Frenchman, 51 years old, plans to swim 8 hours a day with a team trailing him, covering more than 5,000 miles all the way to San Francisco. He accomplished a similar feat across the Atlantic back in 1998. This time, he says he wants to bring attention to the growing threat of plastic pollution in our oceans.
3 residents of the Circus World Museum had a field trip this morning. They headed to the Oak Park Place Senior Living Center to visit a very special circus friend. 95-year-old Lucille Henry lives there, and she's a lifelong lover of the circus and elephants. And Miss Henry, as she is fondly called, gave a generous donation to the Baraboo Public Art Association for a circus-themed project in the city. So it was only appropriate that Pachyderm's Lisa, Becky, and Tracy paid her a surprise visit.
She's been an active Baraboo community member, and if you live here in Baraboo, you understand and you appreciate the heritage of the Ringling Brothers and of the circus of this hometown.
Tomorrow on Live at 4, find out what Ms. Henry did to receive such honored visitors, and wait until you see her response.
It had to be quite a surprise seeing those 3 roll up. Dave Caulfield joining us now. Another beautiful day, a great night tonight. It's kind of cool, comfortable, beautiful night.
Yeah, not sure how the elephants feel about this weather, but I think we're all loving it. And elephants don't forget.
They never do.
That's true.
So they won't forget about a great night like this, right? I'm trying to grasp at straws here. June precipitation, we are looking at a pretty dry start to the month, especially when you compare it to just how wet the month of May started, the middle of it, and finished. We were one of the wettest Mays on record, after all. So we have had 2 days of rain, officially a trace of rain from last night's showers and storms. But what a difference a month makes, right? May 1 through 4, about 3.5 inches of rain, just 1/10 of an inch for the first couple of days of June. Interestingly enough, June 2017 last year also started pretty dry, but we actually finished the month with about 7 inches of rain. So anything can happen. Don't count Mother Nature out for a second, because she'll get you. Also, the rhythm is going to get you. Rain departure from normal, looking at about 1/2 inch behind schedule for this time of year. And we have plenty of chances to actually make that up over the next couple of days. Unsettled weather in town, and a severe thunderstorm watch well to our north and west in the Dakotas until early tomorrow morning. For us, though, we're dealing with nice weather, calm weather, and crisp weather outside. Downtown Madison, the Edgewater Skycam looking at partly cloudy skies. The almanac for today, we did reach a high eventually of 72 degrees, about 3 degrees below normal for this time of year, and 20 degrees off the record of 92. Right now, temperatures are in the 50s and still some 60s and 70s closer to southwestern Wisconsin, where it was so warm today because that lake breeze didn't necessarily get there. Also, that front was well gone by the time we got to this morning. Dew points, very comfortable air. This is air that you can't wear outside. It is very, very nice. With dew points right around 50, that's the sweet spot. That's where you want to be outside. Wind speeds out of the east generally at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so not too bad. Now, as far as bike week goes, for the next couple of days, it's not as good as the start of this week, but we will still have some sunny times in there. Higher humidity and our storm chances are on the increase over the next couple of days, however, so keep that in mind. Partly cloudy tonight and cooler with temperatures dipping into the 40s as we head into tomorrow. Increasing clouds and mild with some late day thunderstorms possible. Temperatures will be in the mid 70s. Future track, showing the chances of showers and storms getting here by tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. Future track not exactly optimistic on these storm chances, but the chance is there. So let's keep that umbrella at the ready as we head into Thursday. Some more slight chances for showers and storms are with us. As far as temperatures down the road, definitely a chance of above average temperatures for the middle of this month into the back half of June as well, as you might expect. I mean, summer is right around the corner. However, temperatures not really that hot over the next 7 days. We'll reach highs in the low 80s and we'll be in the mid 80s by the time we get into the middle of next week with plenty of chances for showers and storms. So a pretty typical week shaping up as far as the end of spring, start of summer.
All right.
Thank you.
Trips to state baseball on the line all around the area today. We'll tell you who's going in sports.
It's a battle of division leaders in Cleveland tonight. The Brewers lead the NL Central. The Indians are atop the AL Central. Former Badger football star Joe Thomas, who recently retired from the Browns, throws out the first pitch tonight. Kind of bounces it, but not so bad. Brewers wish they could have faced Thomas and not Corey Kluber. Kluber goes 7, allowing just 1 run to lower his ERA to 1.96 of the season. Indians 3, Brewers 2. An afternoon game tomorrow, 12:10 Central Time, first pitch. At Wrigley, the Phillies beat the Cubs 6-1. Trips to the state baseball tournament on the line tonight in Division I in Middleton. It's like the Badger North Conference Championship. DeForest against Waunakee in the sectional final. Waunakee has a 1-0 lead on a beautiful evening, and the Warriors add to it. 2 on for Jarrett Feger. That's a double down the line. That's a 3-0 Waunakee lead. Then up comes Nate Stevens, and that one's going to find the trees in right field, a 2-run homer. Stevens had 3 homers and 10 RBI in 2 games today. Final score, Waunakee 12, DeForest 1, so the Warriors going to state in Division I. In Janesville today, Craig earned a return trip to state with wins over Madison West and Janesville Parker. The Cougars beat West 7-2 in the sectional semifinal, then knocked off the crosstown rival Parker 7-5 in the sectional final. 3rd time in 4 seasons, Craig has advanced to the state baseball tournament. Along with the Cougars, a lot of other local baseball teams going to state, including Waunakee in Division I, as we said, Jefferson and Waupun in Division II. In Division III, Mineral Point goes to state. And in Division IV, Johnson Creek and Ithaca will go to Grand Chute next week for state baseball. The Edgewood boys golf team made no doubt about it in winning its 2nd straight WIA Division II boys state championship at University Ridge today. The Crusaders were 1 shot better than yesterday, going 3-0-2 today and beating 2nd place Edgerton by 39 shots. The team members are Drew Arndt, Matthew Phelan, Rory Gerhardt, James Gilmore, and Carl Gilmore. Edgewood wins Division II again.
It makes everything because we put in all this work and effort the whole year, and to kind of see it pay off at the end of the year like this, it's really nice, and it feels like we deserved it a lot more.
Edgewood didn't win everything in Division II. Lakeside Lutheran's Lucas Heckman is the individual champion in Division II, even though he was 11 strokes higher today than yesterday. 68 Monday, 79 today, but his 3-over total wins the individual title by 3 shots.
It's a bit nerve-wracking, I would say. I was leading going into the 2nd day, so I guess I was supposed to win, so that makes it a little bit more pressure. Made some big numbers out there, but overall it was a good round. I'm happy with it.
The Division I champion is Marquette University School. Middleton fell to 6th, Parker 10th, Verona 11th, and St. Mary Springs wins its 4th straight Division III title. Abundant Life Country Day 2nd. New Glarus's Matt Hawk is 6th individually. And in Oklahoma City tonight, Florida State wins the College Women's Softball World Series. Florida State sweeps Washington 2 straight in the best-of-3 championship series. Tonight's final is 8-3 FSU. It's the first college softball title for the Seminoles. And we'll be right back.
And here's a look at your forecast. Temperatures starting off in the 40s tomorrow morning with some sunshine. Then we're in the 60s by lunchtime. Highs will be in the mid-70s with some showers and thunderstorms possible, especially during the evening hours. More humid and warmer over the next couple of days.
Dave, thanks. Thanks for joining us.
Do something good, and we'll see you tomorrow.